Alright, so we had the trailer a while back for Scare Package. It looked like a nice anthology film with some gore. Aha. And you know I have a soft spot for anthologies. So, finally got it. Let's check it out. Alright, gotta let everybody know up front it's going to be a spoiler-filled review. So, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. So with anthology films, instead of kind of going into the detail of each segment, I usually cover the overarching concept. The overarching concept, this one is, interestingly enough, a videotape store, right? And they actually show like VHS tapes and Rewinder and everything else. That's somehow supposed to take place like now. They even reference 2010 as back then. Yeah, newsflash, boys and girls, there are no VHS stores left. Alright, we start off with likes, and this is going to be an easy one for me. Nothing. Alright, it's dislikes time, and here we go. So, there is... What? Alright, take two. Alright, so now it's dislikes time, and yes, there are quite a few. Where to begin? Oh, woe is me. So, I guess this is supposed to be a horror comedy. It is, however, lacking two things, horror and comedy. Yes, there is gore. Not gonna lie, it's not very good gore from the standpoint of not the quality of the gore, but kind of the impact or purpose of the gore. There's a slightly amusing scene, shall we say, somewhat predictable, where a werewolf, I guess, is transforming, and a guy puts silver handcuffs on him, stops him in mid-transfer, and he's all gooey, and he's got a couple one-liners that aren't bad. But, yeah, this is an utter mess and a disaster on every level. So let's start at the top. Casting, wow. Not sure what high school, casting agency you used for this, but, none of these people looked, not over a certain age, but none of them had a look as if they were, competent in their alleged role. That is to say, you have a chick that's like a police officer. She looks 17 years old. It's like completely unbelievable. You have another girl that, you got like a guy that's supposed to be, and he's kind of the guy that ties it all together. He owns the video store. He's called Rad Chad. It's like an 80s reference, and yet he looks to be 30 tops. I guess what, he was not even born in the 80s. I mean, utterly ridiculous. The acting was average to subpar. And ultimately, where everything fails is this. And we've seen this a lot in modern times. It's getting worse. And so here it is. If, as a writer, you can't write a horror film, and you can't write a horror film because you stupidly believe that you have to come up with something new and something different, which you can't do, right? Okay, you're not going to do it. Just accept it. So instead, you write a horror movie making fun of horror movie tropes. And it is everywhere now. Everywhere. I can't write a good horror movie, so I'm going to make fun of people who could, is the bottom line. And you know what? Take a few psychology class, go out and live your life, read a book or two, and understand that the horror tropes exist for a reason. They work. Okay? There are psychological reasons behind those tropes, behind those ideas. All you have to do, as a writer, is try understanding them. Then, craft a story that incorporates them. Has it been done before? Yeah, probably. Because you know what? Everything's been done before. But John Carpenter wasn't sitting there when he was, I don't know, writing The Thing, a freaking remake of a movie and book, this isn't original or different. No. How do I take horror concepts, tropes, psychological concepts, things that we know scare human beings, take the framework of a story and craft that? That's all you have to do. And if you don't have the talent to do that, stop writing movies making fun of people that do. Okay? Simple. It's Pinhead time. I think this one's pretty easy. Not going to waste anybody's time. I don't even have my man here with me right now because I don't need him for this. A big fat zero. Skip it. Do yourself a favor. Alright, so what did you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. I did go off on the old soapbox there for a little while. I get it. However, possibly, if you survived and muscled through it, you might have a thought or so on what I had said. So if you do, boom, put it in the comments.